So then guys, in just a matter of weeks, Apple is going to be doing their last event of 2024 where they'll be showcasing the M4 chipsets in the latest Macs, and we may also be getting some updates to some other products too. Today I want to cover over everything that we're potentially going to see at this next Apple event. So to start with then, with this new Apple event, I think the main part of it will be to showcase the latest and greatest M4, M4 Pro and M4 Max inside the MacBook Pros. And we're going to be getting some great updates inside of these MacBooks. The actual MacBooks themselves probably won't be getting any new design changes overall, so everything will be exactly the same as we got last year. The only kind of new addition I could potentially see is that brand new space black color that was introduced last year in 2023 might be coming along to the standard M4 this year in 2024. But apart from that, nothing else in design wise is really going to be changing. If you're looking for a brand new design MacBook Pro, we're probably going to have to be waiting till next year in 2025 at the earliest, but more likely I'm going to say it's probably going to be 2026 when we get, say, the M6 series, but that is a long time away. And when we get to that, that is when we're probably getting a newer, slimmer design with the MacBook Pro, features like maybe Face ID at the top notch and maybe the potential of even OLED display also inside of this MacBook. Going back to the MacBook Pros for this year in 2024, and specifically starting out with the M4 MacBook Pro, we have some great news, or great potential news, that we may actually be seeing 16 gigabytes of RAM as the base amount of RAM inside of this model. As you can see right here, we've had leaks and rumors of packages and boxes showing us that the new MacBook Pro M4 could have a base amount of 16 gigabytes of RAM inside of it. Now, I will be honest, there has been speculation that this could be a fake box and this could just be another configuration of the M4, because, you know, we can actually buy, say, an M3 MacBook Pro with 16 gigabytes of RAM inside of it, and this is what this packaging could actually be. But, you know, Apple do need to up their amount of RAM inside of their MacBook Pros, especially with Apple Intelligence rolling out now, and the base configuration of this is 8 gigabytes of RAM needed for it. But then for the actual CPU, the M4, well, we already know what the configuration of this is like because of the iPad Pros that we had released earlier this year. So this means we're probably going to be getting a 10-core CPU and also a 10-core GPU inside of this model, and we already have seen some of the actual Geekbench scores of this and how powerful the M4 is, and it does look like it's got a lot of potential going forwards. But then we're also going to be getting the M4 Pro and also the M4 Max inside of these MacBook Pros. And I've kind of done a finger in the air kind of guess on how many cores we might actually be getting with the M4 Pro and the M4 Max, as you can see in this chart right here. But mainly comparing the M3 Pro to the M4 Pro, as you can see right here, we're probably going to be getting 2 additional cores added here for the CPU, and it's also the same for the M3 Max to the M4 Max. Most likely it's going to be an additional 2 more cores. And as you can see, even for the GPU range, again, for the M4 Pro and also the M4 Max, both of them will have an additional probably 2 cores each inside of them added onto it. But the main thing is that obviously the brand new M4 Pro and the M4 Max will be made on the brand new TSMC new 3nm die, and it'll be even more efficient. And this is the thing we're most excited to see. It's more power with the cores that we have at the moment, maybe not having additional more cores added in, but actually making those other cores even more powerful. It's going to be really great to see here in 2024. But it's not just the MacBook Pros that are going to get some love and attention. We're also being told that the Mac Mini, for the first time in around about, say, 14 years or so, is going to get a whole brand new design. And we've had leaks and rumors coming in telling us that the new Mac Mini is going to be even smaller this time round. And in fact, it could be probably about the size of an Apple TV or slightly bigger than that. We've heard leaks and rumors that this new Mac Mini could only have, say, 5 USB-C ports, with 2 of them being at the front and 3 at the back, and maybe no USB-A ports, but it's going to be a brand new design, really small, and we're going to house inside of that the M4 and also the M4 Pro. But one thing that's not really come out clear yet is how Apple are going to power this. So for example, the current Mac Mini design right now has all its power and bits and pieces inside of it, and you just need to plug a cable into the back, whereas it might actually have, say, a power jack, very similar to like the iMac, where you actually have, say, a brick, and this will connect into the back of the Mac Mini, and we may may even get an Ethernet port very similar to like what the iMac has right now. But we'll just have to wait and see on what this full new design is going to look like. But like I said, leaks and rumors are going out there that a brand new design is finally coming to the Mac Mini, what is super exciting to see. But moving on then to the iMac. Well, with the iMac, we've been also told we're going to be getting an update here. So this is going to be the current design iMac we've had ever since 2021. This is the 24-inch model, and this has had the M1 and then followed by the M3 last year. And it's looking likely that this is also going to be getting the M4 put inside of it this year in 2024. Don't expect any new big design changes. Maybe an additional color might be added to the range, but that is about it. Nothing else is going to be changing for this iMac. You're going to be getting the exact same amount of ports, everything, and probably the price is going to stay exactly the same this time round. Something else that's going to be happening in 2024 and before the end of it, and that is the giveaway we are doing on this channel for this. This here is an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel before the end of the year. And specifically, probably just before Christmas time, I'm going to be doing an announcement for this. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is just put down into the comments below of what technology you're planning to still possibly get in 2024 or even into 2025. Just put that down into the comments below, and also at the same time you need to be a subscriber on this channel, because I'm going to be making a video, like I said, near the end of December time, and there will be some more details there. There'll be a little form to fill in and things like this, and you won't want to miss out on that video. So what you should do right now is subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too, because you don't want to miss out on that video and also to fill in that form. The other thing I just want to quickly say to you guys is obviously it is the Desert Titanium or Titanium Desert model 256 iPhone 16 Pro Max. There's only just one available to one lucky subscriber. But the other thing I want to quickly say is there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me still, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, direct messaging, and all of this sort of bad stuff. The best you can do with these guys is to just ignore them, or better still, you can see it right here. Please do report them. So moving on then, we've covered everything about the new Macs and things like this, but there's also going to be some updates to some other products too. We've been told most likely we're going to be finally getting an upgrade to the iPad mini. The iPad mini is probably the only product now that's had the longest wait of having any change to it from Apple right now. So the iPad mini, the current one, came out in 2021 with the A15 inside of it, and it hasn't had any updates whatsoever. The great news is that this year with the iPad mini, it's most likely going to be getting the A18 or even for the potential of the A18 Pro. Personally, I think it's going to be the A18 because that is a real powerhouse on its own, and I think that personally with this iPad mini, what we're also going to be seeing is 8 GB of RAM added for the first time ever inside a mini model. It's going to be brilliant to see, and this means that we'll be able to get all those features like Apple Intelligence and everything like that inside of this model. The other sort of things that are going to be happening is that there's going to be updates to the actual screen to stop that sort of jelly sort of effects that we've been seeing, maybe an update to the rear camera with the wide sensor and also the front camera too. But what I would say is that the actual camera orientation might stay as a portrait, because this is such a small iPad. It might not actually be moved over to the landscape side this time round. So just be aware of that this time when we get this new iPad mini. But most likely the price is going to stay exactly the same. There's not going to be any other kind of big changes, maybe an additional color, but apart from that, this is the only changes that we're going to be seeing on the new iPad mini in 2024, and it's way overdue. The only other update we could potentially see to an iPad is also the normal iPad. So right now we have the 10th generation iPad, but again, this is coming up to around about 2 years old now, and it also needs some updates to it. We may also be getting, say, an A15 put inside of this iPad, which does mean it's going to lack Apple Intelligence inside of it, but again, it's still going to be a great base sort of iPad out there for the 11th generation, but don't expect any other big sort of changes inside of it, and hopefully Apple will retain the price at $349 for this model. So this is also going to be exciting to see. The last product that we could potentially see is an update to Apple TV. And again, with Apple TV, we could be actually getting some updates with Apple Intelligence inside of it, because an A18 could be actually added inside of this device, what would be super exciting to see, and also unlock more potential to be playing games and also be super powerful too. But there again, we have heard bits and pieces bouncing around that there is the potential that we might not actually see a new Apple TV until at least 2025. So this is probably going to be the least likely product that's going to be updated before the end of this year. But really guys, that is everything we know of all the last products that are going to be updated in 2024 at this last Apple event we're going to be seeing in just a couple of weeks. Are you excited? And what Apple products are you most excited to see from it? Let me know in the comments below. And with that as well guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons too, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.